my fellow Decepticons, it is I, Starscreamsalot here, coming back at you today with another video, and today we are going to be taking a look at the real grade Nu Gundam and the entry grade Nu Gundam. So, yeah. I mean, it's just another toy review, another review in general, I suppose. I don't have too much else to say. Other than let's get into it. Now I'm going to start off with the worst of the two, being the entry grade Nu Gundam. Now, when I first got this kit, I thought, hey, the build process isn't that bad. It's pretty dang posable. It's really big for, like, you know, entry grade. I didn't know it was 1/144th scale until, you know, after I'd built it, but you know. But as you can probably already tell, I have some issues. Some pretty big issues. But before I talk about that, the build on this guy, not bad. You know, for an entry grade, I wasn't expecting too much out of this guy. Other than, you know, I was expecting a simple build, sure, but it was a fun build. Simple doesn't have to mean bad. It was an enjoyable build process. And he does look good. You know, there's only 2 stickers. This one for the shoulder symbol and this one on the shield. And, yeah. It's just a good looking anime accurate kit. You know, pretty solid overall. Except for the fact that he is not solid at all. This guy collapses at the slightest touch. You see, you can see, you have eyes, you can see. Look at this. These things genuinely have recoil or turbulence. Like, what is this? And it's the worst part is it's just in the legs pretty much. Like everything else and that arm. Like, look at this. Everything is loose on this guy. The head, or I guess the neck, pops off super easily. The beam saber on my copy broke. So, you know, I don't have that anymore. He's so loose. You can barely move his arms before he starts to pop out. Like, look at this. Like, I'm just rotating his arm. It's coming undone. And there it goes. I love the Nu Gundam. This is my second favorite Gundam suit. Not necessarily mobile suit, but Gundam. And he falls apart like a Lego. Now, if for my, you know, viewers with eyes, you'll probably notice that there's some paint on him. And that's because since I'm not going to be using this figure for anything, or I guess this kit for anything at all, I instead am going to just use this guy as a little canvas for my paint. But enough ranting about that. How does he look? Well, he does look pretty nice overall. Looking at the head sculpt, you can see, I mean, it looks good. The colors are on point. I love the green eyes on this suit. I think they look really nice. I guess teal, kind of cyan eyes. I think they look good. You know, I love the colors, like on here. On camera, I don't know how well this is coming off. Kind of looks black on camera, but it's a dark blue. The arms do look good, especially the one with the, you know, with the symbol on it. It's a nice bit of color separation. The shield looks good. You know, it's a really nice big shield. I'm not as big on how he holds the shield with the back of his arm. I don't really like that design on any mobile suit, really. I think it's kind of lame because he has to do it like this to hold it actually. That's kind of annoying. I don't really like that. But legs, pretty seamless, pretty smooth. Not got a lot going on here. You know, just mostly white with, you know, the occasional blue and yellow to break it up. But that's just how the design is. So, you know, I'm not going to hold it against this suit at all. So looking at him from the back, you can see there's just more paint that isn't actually there. Well, it shouldn't be there. It's still here because I painted it. The backpack looks pretty good. I did practice some panel lining on there. When I get better at that, but, you know, work in progress, I suppose. Must have spilt some paint on him at some point. Or, what is that? Yeah, I think it's just some old paint or glue I got on him. Oh well, I don't really care. Just like how I don't care about this kit. Now, posing him, this is gonna suck. So I guess I'll do the more stable leg, I guess. So, for the head, go all the way around, get about that far up, and that far down, a little bit of side to side. That kind of pops off a little often. Universal shoulders. This can move like that. The shoulder pad does move to kind of get out the way for some poses. Bicep rotation. More than 90 degrees at the elbow. Maybe like 100 degrees. And a wrist rotation. There is an ab crunch and a bit of an arcing back. And some side to side. Waist does rotate. I think it can, no, that's about as far as it goes. Hip skirts move forwards. Ones over here are on ball joints, so they move around like that. Leg kicks forward that far, back that far. There goes the head thing again. Thigh rotation. Pretty nice knees, maximum knees, if you will. And a ball joint, I think. Yeah, there's a joint down here for pivots. And then this thing is on like a bar, almost. So you get, you know, some pretty far kick up, down, pivots from both sides. And yeah, that's just posability. I mean, kind of sucks, honestly. Well, no, the posing doesn't suck. The figure sucks. Or the kit sucks, I guess. Because I don't know if this is universal or not. I don't really know how model kits work. I'm assuming this is universal, though. So if you do get this kit, better do some gluing. Because, or some joint tightening, because, this guy, you're not going to get him into any, you know, bodacious poses without him collapsing into dust. And really quickly before I forget, because I did forget, he does come with a gun, you know, nice and simple, just blue with the white, and you just put it in his hand, and he is good to go. Bada bing, bada boom. That's the new Gundam and his gun. Dumb. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, we can actually talk about the good kit. The star of today's video. Woohoo! Now, this right here, this is peak Gundam. This is an amazing real grade. But I guess you would rather want to hear me actually talk about it. So, let's do that, shall we? Now, I'm going to take off the funnels for this, because they are going to get in the way. And actually, I'm going to start with accessories, because he does come with a few accessories. Like, for one, it comes with two fists, two-fisted hands for both sides. These look good. Two splayed out hands. These also look good. These are good for posing. These are good for some nice poses. And you get, from what I remember, two of these hands, these gun holding ones. I seem to have lost the other one, or he only came with one. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was only one. And then one of these regular fists. He either comes with just one of these or two of them, and I seem to have misplaced them. These real grades come with a lot of hands, like so many hands. For the purposes of this video, though, this review, I'll use these splayed out hands because I think these look a little nicer. Anyhow, continuing on with the accessories, start with this one. You do get a bazooka, which that part pops off a little easy, but you know, get some of that action. That's pretty cool, and it does look good. You know, get some nice missiles on the back, good amounts of detail, but nothing too crazy. You know, this is a good-looking bazooka. You know, in my when I first started collecting gunplay, I didn't think I would get so many bazookas. I have a lot of bazookas in my days. There's so many of them. And he does come with this gun, the same gun as the entry grade, but this one looks better. You can just see there's a lot more intricate details and lines and just color separation to give it a much nicer look. And it doesn't look awful. And this one has some ports for effects, I suppose. I don't like how that moved. I don't like how that moved at all. Whatever. But yeah, there is a port for, you know, and a beam saber effect. Speaking of which, he comes with this beam saber, which you can just use to plug this in. And this is pretty cool. Like, it's a nice swooshing effect. You do just kind of gotta put it in his hand, from what I remember. But it's a nice long beam saber. I love this one in particular because of, you know, the swoosh. And it's a nice looking plastic too. I have more beam sabers than I do bazooka. There's so many beam sabers. Anyways, last thing I wanted to talk about are these fin funnels. They do hinge, and they all have these slots, so that way you can plug them onto here for, you know, different effects. They do come apart. Sometimes I feel like a little too easily, but you know, I like keeping them stationary as is, you know, right there. There you go. Yeah, these do look good. The colors look super nice. I'm really glad this didn't come with the entry grade because he would not have been able to stand with it. But yeah, this is just a loose, if anything, but cool looking chunk of plastic that comes with the Nu Gundam. And lastly, he comes with a shield. And this one absolutely mogs the original, or the entry grade, I guess. Like, this is just on a whole other level of detail and just how it looks. I do kind of wish this was a little bit bigger, but this is probably how it looks in the anime that I haven't seen, because I'm a bum. And it's the same thing here with the entry grade. Just, I think I got it upside down. Just kind of got to put it on his arm. Didn't want to fight me, that is. Sometimes these things can be a little annoying. You do just kind of gotta put it on there. Maybe I got it right the first time. I might be a little stupid. I am the smartest content creator you have ever seen. You get the point. But anyways, let's just talk about this absolute beauty of a kit. Like, this was my first real grade out of the 3 that I own. And oh my lord, this is just such a good looking kit. Everything about it just, chef's kiss all over this thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful looking kit. Such intricate details all over it, none of which are painted. And there's only a couple of stickers, like the eyes, which, if it would focus, pretty please, pretty please, come on now. I'll just zoom in like a normal person. Which I don't think I did that bad a job on. I think these came out quite well, if you ask me. And just looking at this guy up close, you can just see all these intricate little pieces and color separation and the way that the different colors look. Like, there's different shades of white on this thing. They put different shades of white on this thing. I don't know, it's not coming off the best on camera, but you can tell that, like, the white on this skirt is different from, like, the white on his legs. You can kind of tell there's a little bit of difference there. But again, this thing is just so intricate in the way it looks and how it moves, all the details. You know, the head crest is proud and sharp, actually. Shit. You can see on the back, you know, you got all these other details. These parts do come off a little bit easier than I would like. I kind of wish that didn't happen, but, you know. Got little thrusters down there and on his feet, too. Down there you got a port stand, I'm pretty sure. Or a port hole for ports, for stands. You can see here, you got some nice looking backpack details. The rockets and this thing that rotates, that's super cool. This thing moves too, also super cool. Now the cockpit does open. I'm going to zoom out now. There we go. Now I'm pretty sure, yeah, that the cockpit is supposed to open. I don't remember how, and I don't feel like checking. But generally on real grades, or not even generally, almost always with real grades, the cockpits are always going to be able to open. But, oh my lord, this is just one of my favorite kits to look at. I own a real grade unicorn. I own the real grade full armor unicorn, actually. And I keep that thing in destroy mode with all the beautiful green on that thing. I love looking at this guy just way more. This guy just has more sauce to him, if you know what I mean. He's just a saucier looking kit. And he also, unlike the unicorn, doesn't explode at the, you know, shakes. You know, his legs could be a little tighter, I guess, but in comparison to this guy who, you know, actual spaghetti, and he fell apart. I'll take this any other day. This part didn't fully connect. That's weird. Anyways. Now for some articulation. His head looks up that far. Actually, get much farther than that, actually. Could look that far down. Very nice. Universal shoulders, but these parts and the arm are on two different, like, spots. Also, these parts move out. So you do kind of have to, if you want them both to move in tandem with each other, you have to hold both of them at the same time. But you do end up with the same effect of universal shoulders. I'll move about that far. Bicep rotation. Way more than 90-degree bend at the elbow. Extreme or maximum, if you will. Wrist rotation. It's a ball joint. Although with some of the hands on this kit, like here, that fell off, you can see this part moves to gain extra mobility on the mobile suit. And that's lovely. I love that a lot, actually. The waist extends up like that, so you can get crazy crunches and arching backs. And actually, some waist pivot, I guess you would call that. And it does rotate as well. And it goes all the way around. Unlike the new, or the entry grade new. hip skirts on all ends move. So that way you can get as much kick as you want. So for the purpose of this, kick forward that far, and you can kick back that far. For the knees, bend it and get this crazy piston detail. Like these parts slide and they move. There's a piston in there too, inside that knee. You definitely can't tell, but there's a piston in there. And then there's a second joint deeper into the knee that also moves, and that also reveals more hidden details. This is awesome. This kit is genuinely like top 10 of the year material. Sometimes that does happen though, so be careful. Anyways, ankle. Well, this piece right here can move. Didn't want to do that. But it does move in tandem with the foot for more detail revealing. There are stickers in there, some silver stickers. You probably can't tell. I don't know if I only did it on, I did it on both sides. Get some very nice pivot for both ends, kind of. A foot rotation, toe up, and nothing at the heel. Like, this thing is bonkers. Like, all real grades have, well, oh yeah, and he does have, before I forget, butterfly joint through his shoulders. Almost forgot that. Actual butterfly joints. Now, all real grades do technically have, like, this level of articulation. It's just some of them are a bit more of a hassle to handle. Like the unicorn, but you know. And before I forget, because I forgot that as well, because I'm stupid, this moves. The build on this kit, very, very nice. This is one of my favorite builds. Definitely my second favorite build that I've ever experienced. Only behind the Master Grade Zagok. And the plastic on this guy also does not feel anywhere close to this guy's plastic. It's like night and day. This kit just blows me away. This is like nearly figure of the year contender for me. Like, holy guacamole. I'm just blown away. I could glaze this guy for forever. One thing I do want to mention is that sometimes getting this guy stable with the funnels on, a little bit of an issue. Nothing crazy. Anyways, because you know he's so much more solid than this piece of trash. Anyways, quick size comparisons. Here we have Earthrise Starscream. I wasn't kidding when I said this was a big suit and kit, actually. Because here he is next to the high-grade Universal Sentry Zagok. And that's supposed to be a pretty big kit for high-grade Universal Sentry standards. Or I guess mobile suit for the original series. But not this guy. These guys are big. Too bad this one sucks. That one is peak. Anyways, final thoughts on both. That kind of sums it up. That one on a technical level would be fine if his joints weren't so ass, but it is what it is. And the rail grade is peak Gunpla. Genuinely one of the best suits I have, or kits I have ever built. If you can find it, I'd say pick it up. It's probably better than the Verka. Anyways, if you like the video, let's go. And if you're not already, please do subscribe and join my Discord server. And I don't think I have too much else to say other than bye-bye.